Today, we will make a recipe with the fantastic King Cream Whipper. Let's prepare the base for our recipe, because today we'll make a pavlova, a sort of meringata with a meringue base that we've previously baked in the oven, and that we'll then finish with a cream semifreddo. We'll then make a basic preparation, which is an Italian meringue, which we will incorporate with King. Step 1. We have to cook the sugar at 121 degrees. So first, we take a drop of water to facilitate the dissolution of the sugar. Granulated sugar. Let's stir it. As you can see, the water favors the dissolution of the sugar. Now let's start cooking. While we proceed with the cooking, we take a kitchen planetary mixer and put the egg white in it. I used 200 grams of egg white with 2 parts of sugar, so 400 grams of granulated sugar. As you can see, the sugar is melting. In the meantime, we take the planetary mixer and insert the whisk. We recommend you to be careful when doing this step, because the sugar is very hot. Now, let's start the planetary mixer at a minimum speed. We pour in the sugar. We increase the speed. This way, we are sowing the egg white, and consequently, it is as if it was pasteurized. So it was raw, and we cooked it by inserting sugar in the mixer at 121 degrees, and you will see how it triples its volume. Actually, we can turn it around and it doesn't fall. I took the cream out of the fridge or shock freezer, as you prefer. It depends on how much time you have. In this case, I used the shock freezer for 10 minutes, and here I have the Italian meringue from before that we are going to incorporate with the cream, but be careful. We do not care for it to be whipped in this case. So we will take a mixer and we will mix it, and we will pour the mix into the cream whipper, and we will obtain a semifreddo. It's very, very practical, especially when you have to make a lot of preparations, a lot of semifreddos, because our cream whipper does it all. The only thing we have to do is take 200 grams of Italian meringue and add it to 1 liter of cream. This way, the cream will already be sweetened at minus 20 degrees. The semifreddo will be perfectly preserved, and we have only one step to do. So we skip the step of incorporating the whipped cream with the meringue. Let's just take 200 grams of meringue, and even if it is slightly disassembled, we do not really care, because we are simply adding it to the cream and then whipping it with our King. We emulsified it correctly. We do not care that it loses some air because the meringue works as a semifreddo. So it is incorporated with the cream but in a liquid way, and therefore now we are going to put this mix of cream and Italian meringue in our king. We put the cream with the semifreddo that we have incorporated in the tank because it whips both the classic cream and other preparations. In this case, we have prepared the semifreddo first. We can adjust the intensity of the cream, so make it half whipped, whipped, half gloss. We want a half whipped cream. Here, the cream is ready to be dressed. So we keep it here with us, and we take the meringue previously baked in the oven. Even here, the ratio of the meringue is always 2 parts of sugar and 1 part of egg white. We cooked it at 100 degrees for an hour and then left it in shape all night. So now the serving can take place. Here we have the meringue, our semifreddo, and then some fresh or frozen fruit, as you prefer. So let's plate it up. This is our semifreddo. Look how whipped it is. This actually saved me a lot of work because I always used to do this step by hand to incorporate the egg white, the Italian meringue with cream. We put a drop of cream on the plate to make sure that our cake won't move on the plate. We take some red berries that we are going to put inside, so that once the slice is cut, these berries will be on the inside. We proceed with the semifreddo. We cover it with the other disc of meringue, applying a slight pressure to make sure that it is flat. This part could also be made as a base and then frozen and then finished at the moment or in advance. Now we put this cake in the shock freezer for the cream to solidify. And since the semifreddo is very delicate and whipped, it is important to give it a little 2-minute shock freezing so that the cream sets and we can start with the finish of our cake. After 2 minutes, as you can see, the cream has become opaque because we have made it cool well, and we can proceed with the decoration. As you can see, it continuously follows a line because it is whipped in the best possible way. Then we put it into the shock freezer again to fix the cream, and then we finish the cake. Let's do the last finishing. We put these previously cooked meringues at the base.
Precedentemente cotte.
And then we cut them in 2 parts. You can see what a difference from before, when we had a whole fruit base. It makes the dessert much more captivating. Let's cut it in half. After this step, take some gelatin. That will act as a preservative, especially when it will freeze at -20 degrees. then it is kept as a stored semifreddo, and when it will thaw the fresh fruit, it will not leak any liquid because it will be all incorporated with the gelatin and it will not dry out during conservation. As you can see, I don't hold back because at least it fixes all the preparation and makes the cake itself look more alive. Look at the gloss the fruit takes this way. There you go. Our semifreddo, made with king, is done.